Hello, everyone, and welcome with us today. I'm very happy to be with all of you. I see over 100 people in our webinar today. That's magnificent. And today we will be introducing the Academy and the different schools in the Academy and the different programs that we have. We'll take a brief look at the past, but mostly we'll be talking about 2022, how the programs will look like in 2022. We have lots of surprises for you. We are in a continuous stage of growth. We are growing from year to year, adapting, increasing, going deeper into the research and the practice and the application. And I know so many of you have been with us for years and asking what's next. And today we will show you what's next. Also, some people have been asking about the difference between Enneagram Egypt and the Consciousness Academy. And I wanted to make sure today that we can also show you the difference and clarify it so that you can all be aware of what the school looks like and what the Academy looks like. So let's go. First of all, who are we? Let's look at the people. Our most important aspect of the Academy is its people. Let's start with the founders, myself, Dr. Khaled ElSherbini. I have an extensive academic career, an extensive professional career, and as the founder of the Consciousness Academy and Enneagram Egypt, the School of Enneagram in the Academy. I'll start with myself. I have a doctorate in mechanical and aerospace engineering from West Virginia University in the United States. I have a master's in environmental and sustainable sciences from the American University in Cairo. I have a master's of business administration in technology, strategic and innovation management from the German University in Cairo. And I also am finishing a master's in transpersonal psychology from Liverpool John Moores University. For a full description of my portfolio, you can go to our other video that is found on our website under my name, on our YouTube channel and on our learning portal, and you will find a 15-minute presentation about my entire portfolio and career where you can get to know more about me. In addition to these academic certifications, I'm an accredited Enneagram professional from the International Enneagram Association. I'm an accredited practitioner of spiral dynamics from Value Match. I'm a certified life coach. I'm a professional integral theory member. I'm an NLP master, Reiki master, systemic constellations practitioner, hypnosis practitioner, in addition to so many other what I call tools that allow us to go deeper into the consciousness studies that we present today. My co-founder of the Academy and the School of Enneagram, my dear beloved wife, the president of Enneagram Egypt, is Natalia. She has a master's in education studies and pedagogy, and she also has a master's in psychology. She is the president of Enneagram Egypt. She's also an accredited IEA professional, International Enneagram Association professional. She's also the author and teacher of two very unique programs, the Enneagram for Teenagers program and the Enneagram Egypt School program. The Enneagram Egypt School program provides the Enneagram to the teachers, the parents, and the students in schools. A very unique program worldwide, very special program that really changes how our educational system goes and creates synthesis and harmony and compassion between the parents, the students, and the children. She also presents the Enneagram for teenagers and preteens with magnificent research that she has presented worldwide in so many conferences and is adding so much to the world by allowing the teens and the preteens to know themselves and understand the others in a way that's very different than how we present the Enneagram to adults. For more about her research, please go back to her presentations and her research that you will find on YouTube and in so many other places. Now, the Academy would not be without its magnificent community. This is actually why we work. This is actually why we are here. When we see this community grow and expand from year to year to the extent that now we are a huge international community. We have this is a picture from our last graduation in December 2020, and that was the year that everyone went online, the year the world changed. Yet even in that year, we expanded exponentially. And we had over 80 graduates last year, many of whom were able to make it in our live graduation. And this year we expect to have over 120 graduates that are finishing our programs. We also have a new addition with one of our teachers now also graduating her first group. I will be presenting her in a moment. And this year's graduation is truly international. We will have graduates from Egypt, the USA, Germany, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Singapore, the Emirates, England, Libya, Switzerland, Canada. We even have more than that. We have Bahrain, we have students from Qatar, and we will have special guest speakers this year also attending our graduation, which will be December 16th. So please join us there. Already several people from around the world have reserved their tickets to come and join our magnificent celebration on December 16th, 2021. By building this international community, we have provided love and support to each other, a true Sangha, a true community that supports and stands together in love and harmony, togetherness, continuous support, profound friendship, family-oriented community with lots of joy and fun and inspiration and creativity. We even now have a very special Facebook page where our students, it's a private page for our students where they share their inspirations and their creativities. So many have discovered the poet in them, the artist in them, the sports enthusiast in them. So many have discovered parts of them that were hidden for so long. The community provides understanding and support. We educate ourselves and we educate our children. We allow our children into this family harmony. It's a safe environment for profound self-awareness, self-development, and self-transformation. Lots of celebrations and welcoming hearts, and all this built on an infrastructure, on a platform of profound knowledge, experience, and continuous research in our research department that is bringing out new research and new understandings into the world from the branches that we focus on and that we continue to expand on a global level. The school currently has 10 teachers, with so many more new teachers expected to graduate and join us in 2022. Myself, Dr. Khaled ElSherbini, and my wife, Natalia, as presented before. Our dear teacher, Hanan Zain, who was the first teacher to graduate and join the teacher roster of the school. And she also now is an accredited Enneagram professional from the IEA, and she will be graduating her first group of students in 2022, and she will be bringing those students to the graduation party. So this is a new dimension added to our graduation party this year. We also have Rania Hussein, Noha Talat, Muhammad Rifat, Muhammad Mustafa, Injil Kabli, Huda Mahbub, and May Mustafa, all of them adding so much to the school, even some of them having their own programs that they are joining under the umbrella of the school, like Muhammad Rifat with his magnificent quantum consciousness program that combines consciousness studies with quantum studies to create a profound transformational experience to our students. So, and all of them now are expanding. So they are teaching the programs of the school, plus expanding into their own specializations and adding more and more specialized programs to the school. And what would our courses be without our magnificent assistants and facilitators that take on the role of always supporting and mentoring those on the paths of awakening and transformation, providing them with group sessions, providing them with personal advice, standing beside them in their projects, in their homework. I have to have a shout out for all of them. So on our Awaken Through Enneagram program, our blue track, we have Hiba Salam, Dr. Khaled Al-Atawi, Abdul Rahman Abdul Qadir, Injil Kabli, Huda Mahbub, Muhammad Mustafa, Iman Nu'mani, Ahmed Yusri, Aya Sugita. And on the English track of the blue track of the Awaken Through Enneagram program, we have Hiba Sherbini, we have Rania Hussein, we have Rania Umara, we have May Mustafa, and we have Noha Talat. these magnificent assistants and facilitators that allow the program to be as profoundly transformational as it is supporting the students every step of the way. And on our yellow track, on our integral Enneagram program, we have Marwa Al-Abd, Abdurrahman Abdul Qadir, Hiba Salam, May Ashur, Hiba Saidi, and Muhammad Rifat supporting our students on our integral Enneagram program, our very special program I will be introducing in a moment. The school itself is accredited. All our training programs are accredited. And as you see, 3 of our teachers are now accredited from the IEA, with so many others expected to be accredited over the coming year. So that is who we are. Our methodology. What is the philosophy and methodology behind our programs? Now, the methodology is built on an extensive academic and professional career. So research, theory, practice, applications for so many decades have allowed me to create a philosophy and a methodology behind all our programs, the programs themselves and how the programs relate to each other. Just for the sake of this webinar, I will describe that in a very short model I have put here. The way to transformation, what I call the journey of consciousness, stands on 5 main pillars: presence, awareness, inner work, horizontal expansion, vertical growth, and transformation. Now, do not take this model as a linear model. Don't even take it as a 2-dimensional model. Imagine this as a spiral. Continuously, the 5 pillars are connecting to each other, and you cycle through them and come back again, but from a higher place and with a more expanded consciousness as you grow. So presence is the self-awareness, knowing yourself, mindfulness, being in the present moment, being here and now, realizing what is going on, who am I, and who is everyone else. And when you are fully present to yourself, then you can start doing deeper inner work. You can start working on your shadow material, on emotional freedom and freeing the blockages of energy within you, on your inner critic, on your ego, on all these aspects of psychology. So this is a very psychological part of the journey, where you free your psyche from the blocks. What I like to call, you take away all the sticky energy and you become transparent to the events of the world, as if the inside and the outside become in harmony with each other. A freedom step. And then the 3rd step is what I call horizontal expansion. You realize that you're seeing the world from a very narrow angle, and by horizontal expansion, you get to understand, take the different perspectives of others, access the world from different standpoints, and this creates huge expansion, and it creates a sense of embrace, compassion, mercy, understanding. It is the door to wisdom. And with it comes a sense of vertical growth and development. So as you expand horizontally, you also need to expand vertically, moving through the stages of development. And most of our work in this area is built on the integral theory, especially the Aquil theory as presented by Ken Wilber, where we combine the structure stages and the state stages and the quadrants and the dimensions of consciousness with all that we have studied previously, and learn how to ascend the stages of consciousness. And these are our very own models, the stages of the mind and the stages of the heart. This is the gift that we have been allowed, God has allowed us to channel to the world. And all this opens the door for transformation, taking a step towards the light within you, the divine within you, understanding the meaning, the purpose, the role, why you're here, and with more and more expansion and growth and inner cleansing and inner work and presence, you always, with every module, with every program, with every module, and with every session, you take a step further closer to the light. And remember, there is no destination. This is a continuous process. So with every cycle you make, you want to take one step higher, you go deeper into presence, more profound inner work, greater expansion, greater growth, and more light and transformation channels from the world, the universe, the divine through you. So that is, in a nutshell, our methodology, what we always care to have in our programs as a whole, and also in every module. We go through these cycles. It's as if you're going around and around and around and around until the mind totally surrenders to a profound spiritual heart transformation. So join us, come on, get on the wagon, and you will really love it. Now let's look at our programs, how our programs stand and look like for 2022. And as I promised you, we have lots of surprises for 2022. So let's take, first of all, a bird's eye view, a holistic view of the map, the matrix of our programs and how they are structured. And then we will take every program by itself, every school of knowledge by itself, a bit in detail. So, Enneagram Egypt, the Consciousness Academy. When we started, we had the vision of an academy of consciousness. And under that academy, we have schools, just like a university has departments. And currently, we have 4 schools in the Consciousness Academy. We have the School of Enneagram, which is well known now worldwide as Enneagram Egypt. We have the School of Integral, which provides the now also globally renowned Integral Enneagram program. We have the School of Coaching, and we have the School of Training. Each one of these schools has a year-long program, 1-year program that has its name, Awaken Through Enneagram. So our Enneagram school provides an awakening program that uses many tools, but the most important tool that we use is the Enneagram. We also have the Integral Enneagram program provided by our Integral School. We have our coaching program called the Conscious Coaching Program provided by our coaching school. And we have the Integral Enneagram Teacher and Trainer program provided by our School of Training. 4 programs, each 1 year long, each made up of 3 levels, 3 courses, 3 modules. So very structured here. And these 3 levels or 3 modules are provided over 3 semesters consistently. So the first semester, spring semester, that goes from January to April of every year. The second semester, summer semester, goes from May to August every year. And our fall semester, our third semester, goes from September to December every year. The starting date might differ, but it is consistent. And I'll also give you a little bit of a cheat sheet. The days the programs are provided on are almost consistent. So for example, our blue track, the Enneagram program, is provided on Saturdays. Our yellow track, the Integral program, is provided on Sundays, etc. So the Awaken Through Enneagram program has 3 modules: Enneagram of Personality, Enneagram of Psychology, Enneagram of Transformation. And as I said, we will be describing those in much more detail in a moment. Our Integral Enneagram program provides 3 modules: Stages of the Mind, Stages of the Heart, Dimensions of Consciousness. Our coaching program provides Essential Coaching And this is an essential platform of coaching upon which we build integral Enneagram coaching and relationship coaching. And then finally, our teacher and trainer program provides methodology of training, psychology of training, and assessment of training. So as you see, these are our 12 modules provided right now. Each one is a 12-week semester. Each program takes a year. Each module is 12 sessions. And each one has a code, as you see, EL1, IL1, CC1, and TT1. So in a while, you become familiar with the lingo, and you just call the modules by their code. So let's look into 2022, the dates, how the programs are going to be presented, and the details of the modules of the programs. Awaken through Enneagram program, our blue track. And this is where most people should start. This is our beginner program, our introductory program. As we said, it is 3 modules. Module 1, EL1, will be provided and will start on Saturday, January 8th, a duration of 12 weeks. Registration is open right now. So please go to our learning portal. I will be talking about the portal in a moment, and you can register. The early bird price is available until December 1st, 2021. Our Arabic course will start from 5 to 7, and our English course will start from 8 to 10 p.m. This is the practice session, the live practice session with myself. You will also have other sessions, live sessions with the assistants and the facilitators of the program. And I will be describing the pedagogy of next year in a moment, the flipped classroom pedagogy, which I will describe in a little while. The first module, discovering yourself, knowing yourself, know thyself. Who am I? In this program, you're introduced to the Enneagram, its history, its origins, the primary human feelings, the intelligence centers, the 9 types in details. You will know the system and the different theories around the system, the tri-type, the wings, the dynamic movements, and how we use all those as resources for growth. And then we also have a big segment on the instincts and the subtypes. And finally, we end this module with panels. By the time you finish this module, you know everything about yourself and everything about the Enneagram. Then in the second module, we go, which starts in May, as you saw on the previous slide on the dates, and that one goes into the psychological theories of the Enneagram. So we use the Enneagram and we integrate it and synthesize it with models from psychology over the last 150 years to go into our inner work, our cleansing, our purification, what the Sufis call tazkiyah, so that we can clean all our pains and our sufferings and renew ourselves, become reborn. Talk about object relations, relational dynamics, social styles, harmonic groups, Enneagram resonance imaging. We have many models of our own proprieties in this module, like the ERI, the inner child wounds, the shadow, the ego work, and the shadows of the types. And then we finalize that with ElSherbini relationship lattice that puts this all together and applies it in relationships. Finally, the third module is the transformational module. Do you see how we're going around the cycle? So in this, we've already covered all the points, the 5 pillars of our methodology as described previously. Here we have a mindfulness-based program that we go through mindfulness practices and integrate that with the Enneagram and personalize our mindfulness program to the different Enneagram types, showing the psycho-spiritual growth and development journey of each type and realizing the divine, the spiritual, the transformational, the transpersonal aspect of the 9 types within us, creating realization and surrendering to the higher mystery. This is the spiritual dimension of the 9 types, including the mudras, the mantras, the Sufi, Allah's sacred names. This is our special research also, in addition to so many other reflections and contemplations and practices. A truly universal transformational module that takes from all the wisdom traditions of the East and the West. As I said, the Awaken Through Enneagram program starts on Saturday, January 8th. Please join us, register now. And the second module starts on May 7th, and the third module starts on September 3rd. Now going to the Integral Enneagram program, our very special beloved program. So the Enneagram program is maybe one of the most extensive Enneagram programs in the world. But integrating it with the integral theory as presented by Ken Wilber and so many others, the Aquil theory and so many other theories in it, is a transformation, is an addition. It is something that we have been blessed to channel to the world. And it includes some of our most beloved modules. So it has 3 modules: stages of mind, our own model; stages of heart, our own model; and the dimensions of consciousness. This is every Sunday for 12 weeks. The first module starts on January the 16th. Registration is also open. Early bird is available until December 1st. Again, the Arabic course will be given from 5 to 7, and the English will be given from 8 to 10. This is the live portion with myself, and the Q&A and the practice and the different exercises. And then you also have support sessions with our lovely assistants and facilitators. The first of these modules is the stages of the mind, where we integrate the models of structure stage development. So many models, we mainly take them from Wilber's perspective, the ego developmental model, and from the spiral dynamics, and from so many other models, and in addition to my own readings and my own philosophies, to describe the evolving universe and how the universe is in a continuous process of consciousness development and complexity and expansion. And from it, we understand the basic principles of the consciousness development of the universe, which over the last thousands of years have been most profoundly seen in the development and evolution of the human consciousness. We understand the cognitive complexity of these developmental stages. We understand the developmental stages in detail from so many perspectives. And then, and this is really our greatest addition to this, is we combine that with the Enneagram to show the structure stage development of each of the 9 types, building a cognitive map of the world from the 9 facets of reality, the 9 faces of unity. Then my most beloved module. I believe I started the Academy with all of its programs so that one day I can be inspired to make this module with the model stages of the heart. It does everything as described previously in stages of the mind, but instead of from a cognitive perspective, from a spiritual perspective. So we understand the states of human consciousness and how we split from unity and we grow back into non-duality, what the Sufis call annihilation, cessation, and then realization beyond the cessation, which is called the cessation of cessation, the annihilation of the ego, and then the realization of true essence. It's a very strong spiritual model that alone creates huge transformation in everyone who joins. And then we personalize once again the journey of spiritual awakening and transformation to each of the 9 types through the state stages. It's a spiritual awakening and transformation of the spiritual heart. And finally, we have dimensions of consciousness, which we start by ElSherbini lattice. And in this lattice, this is a very special map that we have created that puts all the previous teachings into one perspective, one big map. And in it, we see the quadrant, and then from that map, we see how all of this combines together. Then we open up the topics of the quadrants and the multiple intelligences and the lines of development, creating an integral map of human consciousness. And then the final part of this module, we spent some time integrating the teachings into our daily life. So by the time people finish this second program, they now live integrally. They are transformed. They are on a totally different level of awakening and transformation, and they live with it, and they change the world around them. They live a better life, and they make everyone around them live a better, more enlightened life. So this is creating personalized practices and maps for yourself to live with and to integrate everything that you have studied with us. The Integral Enneagram program starts on January 16th, every Sunday, with a few exceptions. And then the second module, Stages of the Heart, starts on Sunday, May 8th. And the third module, Dimensions of Consciousness, starts on Sunday, September 4th. As I said, registration is open. Please hurry up to register now. The early bird ends December 1st. Before I talk about the other two programs, I want to talk about the pedagogy, the learning methodology that we will be applying for these two programs, the blue and the yellow program, the Enneagram and the Integral programs for 2022. Once again, we are evolving. We are going into a more profound learning experience. And this year, we will develop into a flipped learning educational method, a flipped classroom for both the Enneagram and the Integral programs. So let me talk a little bit about the flipped learning education. And I was very happy to see that this is a methodology, because I was thinking of moving into there and building it as if I was inventing the wheel. And when I was noted by one of our dear students about that this actually has a name, when Hala told me that this has a name, flipped learning education, and by reading and by studying it, I even was able to expand the pedagogy into a more professional sense. So look forward for a great teaching and learning experience next year. And here are just 3 slides I will provide you with that describe what is a flipped learning education. So what we'll be doing, we have a learning portal that I will introduce in a minute. And the learning portal, we have all the videos, all the audios, all the meditations, all the exercises, all the slides, all the notes, all the references, all the links, everything is on our learning portal. And everything that you can study on your own flexibly, you will be assigned over a week to do it from the portal. And then when you come to the classroom, then the classroom experience can be individualized, can be directed to each and every student, because we have students from all over the world, from different cultures, from different levels of development, and from different backgrounds. And now we can personalize the space to each and every student. It also allows us not to have to keep the students stuck in front of the screen for so many hours. So instead of having to sit for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, as we used to have to do before, most of these hours you will do by yourself, which also allows us to have more time for questions and answers and discussions and exercises and reaching out to the requirements of every student. So it's like benefits from every direction. Less time stuck with the live theory by yourself, which you can listen to again and again and again and again, as many times as you want, until you comprehend it and create and prepare your questions and your challenges and what you want to talk about. And then more time for discussion and Q&A, because most of the time before was taken for the theory. So it's a profound growth. There is one challenge though, but actually it's a very good challenge. It creates maturity in the student. Now you are responsible to study the 3 hours, plus or minus, it's from 2.5 to 4 hours per week that you are assigned to study as theory. So now it's your responsibility to go and listen, which actually helps in this growth and transformation. You're not just a listener, you are co-creating the learning experience with us. So the pedagogy of the flipped learning education creates the direct instruction. The theory moves outside the learning space to the individual's own learning pace. You can make the videos faster, you can make the videos slower, you can repeat whatever you want. You take your time. And the group space is transformed into a dynamic, interactive learning environment where the educator guides the students to apply the concepts and engage creatively in the subject matter. Wow, what could be better than that? It helps the teachers also prioritize active learning in the class time, while the material itself is individual, as we said, at home or outside the class. And I love this statement that I read online in an educational website. It is one of the most exciting advancements in the modern classroom. And actually, statistics are saying it is the fastest growing. More and more teachers are moving into flipped learning. Now, while the pedagogy has been available for a long time, it is our modern technologies of online learning and of technology and of high storage that is allowing us actually to transform so fast into this pedagogy. The pedagogy stands on 4 pillars, and I love how they made these 4 pillars. The acronym FLIP is also flip. So it's a nice twist on the words now. Flexible environment. So the students choose when and where they learn. They choose to learn flexibly with their own time and their own space, as we said, and they dedicate greater time to the topics that are of more interest to them or whichever they have challenges with, which creates a richer experience for the students in this flexible environment. It also allows the teacher to personalize and make the assessments flexible and fitting both the conditions and the goals of each of the students individually. A learning culture where time is now dedicated to create a learning and co-creating a learning culture where we can answer more, exercise more, and participate with each other more, creating more opportunities for meaning for all of the students. We can explore in depth all the topics and create a very rich learning opportunity. Intentional content. Now we can maximize the classroom time to adopt to learning strategies. We adopt these strategies to become student-centered, student-oriented. It's as if now we put the student at the center, not the curriculum at the center. And everything revolves around the experience of the student to have an intentional content. And finally, the 4th pillar is actually a professional, experienced educator. The role of the educator in the flipped learning methodology, the flipped classroom, is even greater and more challenging than in the regular. It requires an educator with profound learning experience, because now there is higher demand to be able to personalize and relate to and integrate and focus on the learning experience and the students themselves. So, and this is the experience that we believe have as a very special experience over so many other places. So now let's move to our 2 new programs. Now, by new, we don't mean that they have not been taught before. They have not been taught before in this shape. So all the content, almost all, not all, there's lots of new stuff, but many or much of the content in these 2 programs has been provided either not under an entire program, just like a module by itself here or there, which has happened to almost all of the content, or as parts of previous programs, since the program of coaching and the program of training was not ready yet. So how will the conscious coaching program look like for 2022? So for 2022, We are swapping module 2 with module 1. Sorry, there's a mistake in the numbers here. We're swapping module 2 with module 1. So we are starting with the conscious integral Enneagram, followed by the essential coaching. So CC2 will become before CC1, and then we will finalize with the conscious relationship coaching in its place. Why we did this? Because we are very, very lucky to have for 2022 my dear teacher and mentor and the person who has always stood beside the growth of Enneagram Egypt for so long, Tom Condon. Tom Condon is a highly experienced and highly professional Enneagram educator, actually much more than Enneagram. Since the 70s, we're talking about 45 years. He's been working with NLP, with the Enneagram, with hypnosis, and with so many other models. And he's met all the great teachers of these programs. And he has integrated these into his own models of coaching and growth. So he will be providing us this conscious coaching program. It will start in March 1st. On March 1st, it will be every Tuesday and Thursday for the month of March. Stay tuned for the announcement about when and how you can join. All these programs will be online. That will be followed by the essential coaching program, and in that module, we cover all the basic requirements, the core competencies for coaching as required by the ICF. It's a very heavy module. It's a very large module because through it, you are fully prepared to be accredited by the ICF, the International Coaching Federation. So we cover the core competencies and what is coaching. And this module has no prerequisites whatsoever because it is not related to the Enneagram or the integral. It is purely a coaching module. That's why we could easily flip the order of these three modules because they're not really related to each other. And then finally, the conscious relationship module. This is our special module where we integrate the Enneagram and the integral theories that we presented, the stages of the mind and the stages of the heart and the dimensions of consciousness. We look at using these for coaching relationships. So by taking essential coaching, you're ready to be a coach. When you take the conscious coaching module, you're ready to be an integral Enneagram coach. And when you take the relationship coaching module, you're ready to be a relationship coach. Very powerful program, very extensive, that will provide you so many points towards accreditation from both the Enneagram and the ICF very soon. And our fourth program, the teacher and trainer program, again, just like with the coaching program, a new program for 2022, a new in the way it is provided and it is delivered. 3 modules: methodology of training, psychology of training, and training and teaching assessment. And this is also another big surprise we have for you for 2022. We are really blessed that we have been able to bring on board our academy for this module, our dear friend and the great professional teacher, Flemming Christensen. So Flemming will be providing this program, and this program will have 2 modules in person and 1 module online. So Flemming's methodology requires that the students be in person for the teacher and trainer. And what we were able to do is part of the program, the psychology of training, will be online in the summer, in June, July. Dates will be announced soon. But 2 modules will require in person. You have to come to Cairo to take these 2 modules. The first from January 31st to February 3rd, 4 days. And the second, and this is still flexible, the date might change of the third one from November 14th to 17th, also 4 days in person. So you will need to come to Cairo twice, but we're trying to make it easy. So the first module is actually exactly after the end of the IEA conference in Egypt. So the Integral Enneagram the International Enneagram Association is providing its conference from January 27th to 30th. And then the next day, immediately, January 31st to February 3rd, we give the first module, the methodology of training, with Fleming Christensen. It will be in Hilton Zamalek, beautiful place on the Nile. You will just enjoy being in the place, in addition to enjoying the company of our lovely community, and of course, under the guidance of the great Fleming Christensen. And then the second module online, as we said, June, July, and then the third one will be in mid of November, and that one again is in person. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible for people to come from all over the world to join our two programs. So that covers the our two modules. So that covers the 4 programs. Before I finish, I want to talk about our learning portal. Again, one of the things that we're proud of, we've been building this since we started and moved everything online. And it is this portal and the power of the portal that is allowing us to move into a flipped learning classroom. And on this portal, we have put all our experience, all our videos, all our exercises, all our homeworks, all our references, all our practices, all our training, all our slides, all our material, so that you can just come in, you go to whichever program. So you go to courses.enneagramegypt.com. That is the learning portal. Or you could just go to enneagramegypt.com, and as soon as you enter, you will find the link that will send you to the portal, courses.enneagramegypt. And as soon as you enter, you will find links to the 4 programs. And when you press on any one of these programs, you will see all the modules for this program and which ones are open for registration. So we don't open all the modules for registration together. We open them semester by semester. So if you go now to the Awaken Through Enneagram program, for example, and press there, you will find registration for module 1, which starts in January 8th. If you go to the Integral Enneagram program, you will find the link to Stages of the Mind, which starts January 16th. And very few days, you will find links to register for Tom Condon's module that starts in March under the Conscious Coaching program, and for Fleming Christensen's module that starts January 31st under the Teacher and Trainer program. These are the live programs. For those who cannot attend with us live, if you just scroll down on this homepage, you will find links to our pre-recorded programs. So you can just have access to the material to watch at your own pace. And so many people have been buying and registering into these pre-recorded because it gives a great chance to learn the material without having to attend live. Of course, it requires huge dedication from your side. In addition, it does not provide points for accreditation. You only get a certificate of completion if on our side we see that you have finished 100% of the program, but you don't get points neither for the IEA nor for the program that we'll be accredited with for the coaching very soon, hopefully. So you cannot get program points when you go for the pre-recorded, but you get access to all the material for 1 year. By the way, registering in any of our programs provides full access to the portal for 1 year. And then we have methods to go longer, to like extend your access over a year, very discounted prices. So many people repeat our courses. Our courses are very deep, full of depth, full of transformational power, and people repeat them again and again and again. Just a couple of weeks ago, someone told me that she's repeating a course for the 7th time. Now that's a bit extreme, of course, but it's very common for everyone to repeat twice and 3 times. With every time you go into a deeper layer of the material, you understand it from a different perspective, and you transform yourself into a different being. So this is something that's common, that's been happening a lot. If you repeat, you get access for another year. And repetition, we repeat the courses at a 50% discount. So we actually encourage people to repeat, and we try to give them incentives and discounts and scholarships. We have many scholarships to help people have discounts on the courses, up to 50% sometimes. You just need to reach out to us to take these scholarships. The pre-recorded, you can also renew your pre-recorded membership also at a huge discount. I believe it's a 50% discount also to renew your membership in the pre-recorded material. And if you graduate as a conscious coach or as a teacher and trainer from our school and you want to continue, you must continue having access to the material, then you only pay a very small fee, but that is especially for those who graduate with us. I think it's a very small, something like 20% or something, just like a maintenance and membership fee to remain a member of Enneagram Egypt. And of course, our teachers, those who teach under the umbrella of the school, have access to all the material continuously for free. So we give so many possibilities for people to access the recordings. Also, you will find that in the same page links for people for the programs that are not the core programs of the school, that are provided by our magnificent teachers, like for example quantum consciousness, that is provided by Muhammad Rifat. You will also find a link where you can register to the quantum consciousness programs. If you register in several courses, then you will have a dashboard. Look up here, the student dashboard. And in it, you will see all the courses that you are registered to and how much percent of these courses you have watched and you have finished. We also have access to this, so we can also monitor, and we many times we go in, especially with the pre-recorded, when we see someone has purchased the pre-recorded and has not watched it, we go in and ask them, can we help you in something? Can we assist you? We like give them a nudge. We even offer them to support them in any way they want, because we really care that the people study and go deeper into the programs. And as you will see, the English programs will have English titles and the Arabic programs will have Arabic titles. So when you're registering, you don't get confused which one you're registering into. You can't make a mistake. Even the name of the module will always have after it Arabic or English. This is your dashboard. Once you enter one of these courses, so let's say I go in here to continue watching Dimensions of Consciousness, you go into the course content where you see all the sessions, and under each session, the material that is related to this session, and you can keep listening and repeating as much as you want. In the live session with myself, we can discuss your issues. Otherwise, you go to the assistants and the facilitators who help so much in making the experience richer and richer and richer. We also have these community pages. It's like Facebook pages, but a community page for each course where people can go in, ask questions, share, put links, discuss topics together. We also have our Facebook page where people also interact. We have a page called Transpersonal Space where people discuss transpersonal issues. We have the community page where people reach out to the rest of the community in harmony. And we have new initiatives coming up. Rise and Shine is an initiative for our graduates to work together and create communities that can serve those who have discovered the poets, the writers, the artists, those who want to be trainers, those who want to be, they just reach out and create harmony and spread it out. And of course, our graduates also get to be on our website so that we reference them. So if you're anywhere in the world, if you're in the US, if you're in Germany, if you're in Switzerland, if you're in Singapore, if you're in Australia, if you're in Kenya, we will reference people to you to come and practice and learn and study with you our programs under our supervision or under your own if you're one of our graduates. These have different rules that you can reach out to the school to understand how each one of these works. So that is a brief overview of our learning portal. So I will finalize by putting our links on this slide. Enneagram Egypt, I put the name there because it is our most famous name. It is the school under the Consciousness Academy, and today we were presenting everything about the Academy. Our website is enneagramegypt.com. We have our Facebook page, Enneagram Egypt, our courses, courses.enneagramegypt.com. And these are our numbers. We're always available for WhatsApp. We prefer WhatsApp, but if you really need to make a call, you can call Arabic on the first number, English on the second number. While WhatsApp, for both Arabic and English, please use the first number. Now, I'll end with one question that we get a lot. Should I follow, where should I start? What path should I follow? And let me bring back the global view of all the programs. Now, the programs are designed to be followed in order. So most people that join go from personality to psychology to transformation to stages of the mind, stages of the heart, to dimension of consciousness. So these two programs should be done in sequence over 2 years. Some people who either have a lot of inner work background or know the Enneagram very well, or if they're in a hurry, but you shouldn't be in a hurry. This is a transformational process. They take these two programs in parallel, and they are designed not to overlap, so you can take them in parallel. And I call these people the warriors, because each of our program requires a lot of work and a lot of study, and it really is an academy. It's like you're taking a master's degree. It's maybe more demanding than a master's degree. So people who take them together have to dedicate a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sincerity, to have strong will, money, so that they can take these programs together. But you can, if you want, you can take them together. If in doubt, always reach out to the school in the WhatsApp number I just showed you, and we will describe to you what to do. As for the last two programs, these are at your own will. These, you can either take the coaching if you want to be a coach, or take the teacher and trainer if you want to be a teacher, or take them both if you want. Take them in sequence, in whatever sequence you want, or take them together in parallel, depending on what you want. So these are flexible depending on your career goals, which again, after studying for 2 years with us, we help you a lot in identifying your career goals, understanding them, and realizing what you should do with these last two modules. Of course, those who want a comprehensive experience of all our programs are to take these two, and these can very easily be taken in parallel, contrary to the first two, especially that their times are really far from each other to make it easier. So that is the question about where should I start and what should I take. Once again, here are all our links. Here are all our contact information. We're very happy that you joined us today. We hope you enjoy this presentation. We will have it as one full presentation. We will also break it down in pieces so that you can go back to whichever part of the presentation you want to listen to again. Please spread it around. Give it to all your loved ones, to your friends, and we are looking forward to having you all with us on our magnificent year 2022. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for joining us in this wonderful community. Bye-bye.